This is my Ford Fiesta ST, and at the moment it is fully straight piped, and I mean fully straight piped. That is loud.
Yes, it's incredibly loud, but is it too loud? Because in less than 1 month, me and the Fiesta have our first ever track day.
Now, to be exact, we have the track day booked for the 4th of November, and this is not any old track day. Now, the track day that I'm actually going to is hosted by Officially Gassed, and it's at Donington Park on the 4th of November. So it'd be amazing to see some of you guys, and you guys can take a look at the car down there at Donington Park on the 4th of November. Now, the reason this one is so special is because there's going to be a load of my favourite YouTubers and influencers down there that I'm going to be ripping around the track with. So this is going to be a lot of fun, and yeah, like I say, we got to get this car track ready. And the reason this car can't stay straight piped is because it will just be too loud, and I will not be allowed out on track. So today we're going to be putting the back box back in. But first, let's have one last rip with it fully straight piped. I'm gonna miss the drama from the amount of noise we get from this. It does sound good when you're full throttle. There is just that one noise I do hate from it though, and it's at around 3k. That, I hate that, and it does it all the time. Drop it into second. I'm hoping we don't miss those pops and crackles when we put the back box back in, because they sound so good. Hopefully it's a nice middle ground with this back box in. But yeah, speaking of the back box, let's now head back and let's install it. That, I'm sorry, if you like that noise, you are weird. That is horrible. Alright, mission get the back box back in the car is a go. So we got the back box right here, as we can see, which is ready to go on the car. But of course, first of all, what we got to do is jack up this, get the old back box delete out, and then this should hopefully slide right in. Alright, the car is all jacked up, and I just had a quick look around the front. Take a look at this. Yeah. Luckily I didn't jack it up anymore, because that would be in the floor right now. But anyway, the car is now jacked up, and the plan is, I reckon, take the tips off first. These will just have a couple of little clamps here which we undo, and then hopefully they'll just slide off. And then we have the exhaust mounts as well, but we'll keep all these on until we've undone this clamp down here, same as the exhaust tip ones. I reckon we're gonna have to hammer it off like we did last time. So without further ado, let's start off with taking off these two little bits here, and let's get these tips off. Got both the tips here, and they are incredibly dirty, so I'm going to give these a bit of a clean before we put these back on. Got both the clamps as well, actually, that I've got to take off. Put them in there. Now we've got that other clamp further down there, and then we can start getting this thing off. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is actually take the exhaust brackets off so that we can actually get a bit more movement on this, so that we can almost, I'm hoping it will like wiggle itself out of the other exhaust. So yeah, let's take these exhaust mounts out, and then hopefully the other one will come off. Right, that one's off. Come on, you bastard. There we go. Yes. Oh my days. A job that didn't, well, this bit didn't take too long. So side by side, we can see the difference here in what we are changing. The literal back box is a lot bigger and should hopefully mute the sound a bit, so we're legal for when we go on our track day. But now what we've got to do, just swap the exhaust mounts over to the new one, put the new tips on this. So if anyone wants a back box delete, give me a message on Instagram, and yeah, I'll send it to you. I don't think I'll ever be putting this back in the car. Exhaust mounts back on the back box. So now let's get this up and in the car. Okay, so I think the exhaust has all gone on. It went on so easy. It literally slid straight in. I think because I used WD-40 to get it off, when I went to slide it in, it just literally was so easy. So I just got to do up the clamp there, put the exhaust tips on. The exhaust mount's already on, and I've given it the shake test, and it's not knocking on anything. So hopefully when we start the car and everything, it's all okay. But yeah, without further ado, let's get that done. The 2 exhaust tips on, and then let's go for a drive. Alright everyone, here we go. The first start up with the new configuration exhaust. Interesting. This sounds very different to what I thought, and it's actually a bit louder than I thought. Hopefully this still meets all the track regulations. Oh. Now the cold start's off. Okay, let's go for a drive. This sounds a bit louder than I thought. This could be a really nice in-between, and hopefully, yeah, well, hopefully we're loud on the track still. Alright, first drive with the new exhaust configuration. I'm looking forward to this and seeing how it sounds under load. Alright, we're out on the road, and the first thing I'm trying to listen out for and hear is if there's any knocking, any leaking from the exhaust, and so far so good. Let's put the window down a bit. It is so much quieter, and also let's see if there's any crackles as well from the exhaust. It's safe to say the crackles they're very minuscule, like they're basically not there. All right, let's do a pull down here. Oh, yes, I'm so pleased with that. It has the really nice throaty noise again. Whereas with the fully straight pipe car, it just didn't have the nice tone, but the tone is kind of back. Yeah, it sounds good. It sounds good. And this is definitely going to be track compliant. It has to be. This is nowhere near the deafening noise the one before was. This sounds good. But I'm intrigued to see what this sounds like from the outside, to be honest, because that's where you can really tell the difference. We can probably actually hear the intake better. Let me lower this window a bit. I've kind of missed that noise. It really gets drowned out when you have a loud exhaust. Oh, I've missed that noise. Oh, yes. It sounds good. It doesn't sound over the top chavvy. I feel like you can actually, before you could daily drive it, but it was really like stay below 3,000 revs. Now you can enjoy it, you can daily it, and it doesn't sound absolutely deafening to the point where people just hate you. This is a nice tone now. It's a nice volume, and yeah, we're one step closer to being ready for track. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of the exhaust. Do you think it's too quiet now? Do you think it should have been louder? Do you think there should be no back box but have a resonator in the middle? That may be a nice balance, but I'm not going to do that because it costs a lot of money, and I've already spent enough as it is on the exhaust. I've spent a lot of money on doing different bits to the exhaust. I mean, 5 configurations. I think that's plenty for one car. It sounds nice. It's a nice in-between, because when it was just a res delete, it was way too quiet. It sounded basically stock. But this, you can tell it's had something done, especially on cold start. That is still a pretty loud cold start. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. I'm very intrigued. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.